Hey everyone. New year, new decade, and of course December recently ended, so time to talk about what I got over the month, both in purchases and noteworthy gifts. First, there's Shira and the Princesses of Power, seasons 1 through 3 on DVD. The first 26 episodes of the DreamWorks and Netflix cartoon, rebooting the 80s show about Princess Adora and her allies fighting against the evil Horde. I've never seen the original show, but I know this reinvents quite a lot, and the result's been very much acclaimed as a fun and inclusive update on the original. So I figured that was a nice purchase. Two Criterion purchases, new releases from the month actually, both on Blu-ray. First up, Until the End of the World, from 1991, directed by Wim Wenders. This kind of sci-fi drama road movie kind of thing. I haven't watched it yet, but even from reading the description, I'm not entirely sure what it's about. And it'll be quite the sit, because it's the 287-minute cut. Almost 5 hours. And on kind of the other side of scope and runtime and stuff is Old Joy, from 2006, directed by Kelly Reichardt. Only 73 minutes. Kind of just this little character piece about two friends going for a camping trip. Coincidentally, both of these total exactly 6 hours, so wonder if that was intentional on the company's part. Sorry. Over to some comics from Boombox. There's Lumberjanes Volume 13, Indoor Recess. Collecting issues 49 through 52. Written by Shannon Waters and Kat Lay. Illustrated by Dozer Draws. Basically exploring some hijinks and whatnot, even when not exploring the outside world. After some delays, for not entirely sure what reasons, but from Oni Press, back to Invader Zim with issue 48. Written by Sam Logan, illustrated by Maddie C. Further exploring the situation of the many alternate Zims and providing some detail on their leading Zim, known as Number 1. So continuing that story arc. course, another 6 Transformers trading card game booster packs from the Wizards of the Coast game. 3 from Rise of the Combiners, 3 from Siege 1. With the character cards being Ironhide, an extra Grapple, Dirge, an additional Raider Ion Storm with Private Top Shot, Raider Runabout with an additional Private Flak, then Major Prowl with an extra Raider Visper. This figure came out a couple months back, but finally ordered her online. The Autobot, female Autobot Lancer, recolored and remolded from Moonracer, Nova Star, and Greenlight. Incompatible with those 3 and Elita 1 to finally complete the combiner Orthia and the component team of the Shield of Solus. Available through Hasbro Pulse and some other retailers, part of the Generation Selects line. Really happy to finally have her and complete the team. From Boom Studios, there'll be additional context later on, but the first 4 one-shots for Boom Studios' Klaus Comic, The Witch of Winter, Crisis in Xmasville, The Crying Snowman, and The Life and Times of Joe Christmas. Released annually every December since the original story ended. Figured, seasonally relevant. Been curious about it for some time and decided to finally get those. Half ordered online, half bought at retail. So those would be really cool to check out. Second. And the final purchase for the month. There is, let's see, kind of tricky to hold them all visible on camera. Darn. Pretty tricky here. Here we go. 6 more little bots, Transformers figures. Hopefully you got a good look at all 6 of those at once. And my first purchases from the Series 3 blind packs. We have Strike 4, Xwell, Quackles, Then Nampy, Sergeant Sensei Spiny, and D-Pad Chad. I'll show you kind of the breakout star of the line, Quackles, the rubber duck. Separate the top of the head and the back of the head. Deform the arms. Rotate the head around. Place the ducky face as a chest panel and flip out the feet. So there you go. Really cute, really goofy for all of them, and especially so for Quackles, especially for the Beast Wars fan that I am. Okay, so onto the pop-pots. Covered all that stuff. Now onto the Christmas presents. Another recent thing I've been wondering about, the movie Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark on Blu-ray. Based on the children's horror stories that I don't think I've ever read, but do have quite a well-known status for being accessible, but still very creepy. And the movie got good reviews, although read that it didn't quite live up to its full potential of the stories, but kind of adapted as, you know, this dead woman, dead girl, whose book of stories starts manifesting dangerous monsters and stuff. So that'll be interesting to check out. Kind of unfortunate that I mentioned the one-shots before this, but of course, Boom Studios' Klaus, How Santa Claus Began, the actually pretty recent trade paperback version of the main 7-issue miniseries for all the crazy adventures through space and time and the one-shots. There's this origin story and the character's main original setting before it becomes this, you know, like sci-fi fantasy Santa Claus superhero. Written by Grant Morrison, illustrated by Dan Mora, same as the one-shots, I didn't mention that. It's gotten quite a bit of acclaim as, you know, an offbeat kind of superhero adventure story. So it's cool to finally have that in actually a pretty recent form. Put these here. Next up, simple little Lego Santa Claus minifig. Comes with a little sack of toys, his hat, of course. Bought online. I think the main set version of this has like a reindeer or a sleigh or something, but for this version it's just the minifig. I'm still very happy to have it. Very nice little representation of Santa. Another, coincidentally, book adaptation from a book that I haven't read, but I've heard good things. The Hulu original, I think. Yep. Miniseries Catch-22, based on the acclaimed war satire book about this allied bombardier who's concerned about the increasingly dangerous missions that he's taking part in, hoping that he can try to get out of actively fighting in World War II, but kind of the bureaucratic paradox of Catch-22 is interfering with that. Again, heard good things, and while I'm not familiar with the novel, it'll still be an interesting series to watch. Over to books. I didn't know about this, but my parents found this out and thought it was an interesting thing to get. Miyazaki World, A Life in Art by Susan Napier. This interesting exploration of the life and career of acclaimed Japanese animation filmmaker Hayao Miyazaki, known for Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, and plenty of other films and stuff. I am quite a fan of his work, so it's definitely going to be an interesting read sometime. Not directly pop culture related, but there's kind of a connection in an interesting way. Where's Ursa? A search and find book. Actually visually based on our family dog, Ursa, a miniature schnauzer. Done through yappy.com. You can do sort of personalized products with your own dog based on the breed and name. And for this one, for this book, it's Where's Waldo style. Searching through jam-packed crowd scenes to find technically my dog. Not quite her coloration, but still very nice. Personal gift. Momentary diversion back into toys. Another Transformers online product. The Refraktor Reconnaissance Team 3-pack with Spectro, Viewfinder, and Spyglass. The newest versions of the Reflector trio from G1. Different from the single character version of the retail version for War for Cybertron Siege. Additional camera parts and changed colors to better match the original 80s toys. and they combine into a more functional looking camera. Their guns form a tripod, the shields form the lens. It's a pretty cool set. And it's kind of a goofy bonus. They also come with a little figurine of the energy being Kremzeek. And finally, kind of the big draw amongst my gifts. I didn't actually ask for this version of it, but still very satisfied that my parents chose this. The limited edition of Viz's, from the company Viz Media, Transformers: A Visual History. You can see very sturdy wraparound case, magnetically closes, and comes with the book inside. Books by Jim Sorensen, and profiles a lot of artwork from the various Transformers media over the past 35 years. Toys, comics, cartoons, games, the movies. I'd like to do a bit more of an in-depth video on this, so we'll see where that idea goes. But in the meantime, there's at least the kind of quick peek at what this is like. Very heavy too. I think it's like a little over 3 pounds. Okay, so I believe that is everything. Not a ton of stuff for each assortment, but it adds up quite a bit. Toys and games, comics, movies and TV. So that's it for now. Hope you had a nice holiday season, Christmas, New Year, and whatever you celebrate. Sorry this was delayed quite a bit. A little past the first week of the month, but it's here now. So hopefully a little bit sooner next time around. I'll see you in early February to talk about the January purchases and later gifts. See you later, folks.